So here we have a Swedish 24-hour combat ration. This one was very generously sent to me by Magnus Parsmo, also known as the Magnus on YouTube. You can check out his channel for more videos on these and other rations. Magnus also sent this Swedish beer along too, which I think we're going to save for the latter part of this video. This is going to end up being a multi-part video. I think this first part will be an opening of the meal, opening of the ration, a look at the contents, and the breakfast. So the first thing you notice about this, well, other than the fact that it's big and very heavy, and we're going to weigh it in a second, is that it has the appearance of a commercially produced item rather than a military item. But Magnus has said that these are the actual rations that the Swedish military uses. 24-hour Meals is actually the name of the company that makes these. And what can be kind of confusing is they also have individual meals. This is a 24-hour ration, but they also have individual meals. But it does say 24-hour Meals at the top because it's the name of the company. So this one here is menu number 5. It's going to give you 3,600 calories, so an average of 1,200 calories per meal. And luckily, there's a lot of this stuff is in English, which makes it a lot easier for me. For breakfast, we have a tropical breakfast with flakes. For lunch, we have chicken yellow curry with rice. And for dinner, we have tuna chili pasta. That sounds interesting. See a lot of information on here. This was packaged on June 10th, 2014, just over a year ago. And its shelf life, it expires on September 1st, 2016. The plastic bag is quite a bit thinner than the MREs in the First Strike rations. But I will say one thing I'm concerned about with this is that I've had very good luck with getting international rations from people who send them to me, as far as not being tampered with by the customs agents, and also as far as not being damaged. And the beer itself made it through fine. It's got a few little dents in it, but it seems to be in good shape, and I'm looking forward to trying that. It does actually have a best by date on that too. But unfortunately, when I was pulling this out to start the review, I noticed that something in here is wet. It looks to be more oily than a water kind of a thing. So my guess is that something in here is leaking or burst or something. I didn't notice this when I first took it out of the package, but there's definitely some kind of an issue in there. Could be condensation, I don't know, I'm kind of hoping for something like that. Peanut butter looks a little suspect. That would make sense if it was a peanut butter, since it has an oily kind of a look to it. But once we get in here, we'll check it out, and hopefully it won't be too bad, and there won't be too many components spoiled or anything like that. First off, let's go ahead and weigh this. It's definitely a heavy bag, not something you really would relish the idea of putting in your rucksack and carrying around with you for a long time. But of course, you do have to remember it is 24-hour. It's 3 meals, not 1 meal. We have 3 pounds, 6.7 ounces, or 1.55 kilograms. I don't know a lot about these. It's my first time trying one of these, but I know it's along the lines of an MRE, in that I believe everything in here can just be eaten as is. Magnus also sent along a couple flameless ration heaters. These are called the Hut Pack. They work along the same principle. Kind of look like a cross between a standard US MRE heater and the meal spec heaters. But we'll check this out probably with lunch and dinner. And now I think it's time to see what we have in here. The bag has a nice little carry handle here. Okay, we'll get that open with a little bit of difficulty. But then the bag itself does have a little Ziploc here, so you can reseal it. And it also has, this is something I've never seen before, integrated garbage compartment, which is right here. So it actually has 2 separate compartments. So you have the food in here, and the garbage can go into here, which is nice if you know, a lot of times they say you can use an MRE bag for a garbage bag, but of course everything has to be out of it first. This one, you could eat some of the stuff, put the trash in here, and continue to store the other stuff in this compartment. So first thing I notice is There is definitely a smell in there. It doesn't smell rancid, but it's obvious that something's happened here. So let's see what kind of a mess we have in here. It won't be too bad. Yeah, it's funny because I'm really not sure how to describe that smell. Peanuts? Oh, let's see. Alright, looks fine. Just doing a quick check to see if I can figure out what's leaking. And everything has sort of a greasy film on it, so that doesn't help matters. Hoping it's not one of the entrees. Seems to be okay. Ah, yep, it's the peanut butter. Okay, well, could be worse, I suppose. Alright, let me rinse this stuff off and then we'll take a look at all the components. Alright, so almost everything in here had, I guess you'd say, a light coating of peanut oil, or in this case, peanut butter oil. So some of it's still a little bit slimy, but everything other than the peanut butter seems to be okay. So let's take a look at what we have here. We have tropical breakfast cereal with flakes. This is going to be like an oatmeal kind of a thing. It does say to add boiling water, so it's not quite as convenient as Nemery would you just add cold water or nothing at all. But it does say that it can be done with cold water too. You just extend the time for it to reconstitute. This is our lunch. Chicken yellow curry rice. Sounds good. This is best before July 2017, so it's some of the dates are going to be beyond the date on the bag. They're just being safe about it. In our dinner, tuna chili pasta. This sounds very interesting. I'm kind of glad it says for dinner because it's sort of like saving the most interesting for last. It's best before May 2017. And the ingredients on that. It's our 3 main meals. And as a reminder too, a 24-hour meal like this, it's designed to be for 24 hours obviously. The idea is that it makes 3 meals, and it does tell you here, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But of course, if you're in a combat situation, you're not necessarily going to be able to sit down at noon and have lunch. You're not necessarily going to be able to heat things up. You might be on the run, you might be marching, maybe an unpleasant situation. You're just going to kind of grab whatever you want, whatever you have time for. You get these peanuts here, it'll be a good quick snack while you're on the run. And the idea is that however you split it up, you just want to try to eat everything that's in here within a 24-hour period. But of course, we are going to take a look at it as 3 separate meals. So as I mentioned, the peanuts, you have 2 packages of peanuts from Nut Walker, which is actually kind of appropriate because, as I said, this would be good for while you're walking, hiking, or marching, or whatever. We have roasted and salted, I was going to say freeze-dried, a nice vacuum sealed pack. Roasted and salted, and honey. And where are these made? Oh, interesting. Heritage Snacks and Food Company, Thailand. I noticed that it looks pretty standard, like something you'd find at a store, but this writing here is pretty exotic looking. Just keeping with the international flavor of it. And actually, speaking of which, we also have shelf-stable whole wheat bread. This is from Bridgeford, an American company. You can see some of the issue from the peanut butter there. This is good until October 21st, 2016. Best Buy. And of course the peanut butter to go with that. Pretty soft peanut butter. I'm going to go ahead and try this despite it being having that little leakage problem. It hasn't been that long. I'm sure it's fine. It's just peanut butter. Squeezed peanut butter. See, we have a chocolate drinking powder, a grapefruit isotonic drinking powder, 3 coffees. So I guess either you're going to double up on one meal or you're going to have 1 coffee for each meal. I guess that's how we'll do it. We have high protein Original Bites beef jerky from Bullseye Meats. And we have vanilla cake. This is one of the few things that seems to be in a military type food packaging. And with this one and these and of course the Bridgeford sandwich. September 2016. This one is a bit of a mystery one, just the way the packaging was sealed. Actually, in here it says chocolate bar. 25 grams looks like. On the small side, but I'm sure it's going to be tasty. There are 3 disinfection swabs, or moist towelettes. Obviously these are good for cleaning up after eating, and they also do make a good disinfectant swab if you have a cut or something. Let's see, what am I forgetting here? Oh, we have a cereal bar, cookies and cream flavor. Oh, this is the same company. Makes the drinks and stuff. Must be one of the official companies for the Swedish military. Here we have some Louisiana hot sauce. Definitely gonna have to try that out. Water, vinegar, salt, cayenne pepper. See, you got a Swedish version of Louisiana hot sauces. Actually, this is from Wisconsin, so this is from the U.S. We have a couple pieces of gum, Flow and Arctic Storm. This one's blueberry, vanilla, and menthol. I believe these are gum. These must be like a dental gum. And licorice freeze. Salmiak ice, Arctic Storm. A couple hard candies. I'm wondering if this is like a black licorice flavor one, this dark one. Oh, I'm sorry, 3. Is this? Oh wait. Oh yeah, this is. I thought it was a fruit candy, but this is Moomin full xylitol chewing gum. This is fruit flavored. So you have three gums, one for each meal. I guess in lieu of brushing your teeth. So that's everything we got in that 3+ pound package of 24 hours worth of food. And let's go ahead and take a look at what we're going to have for breakfast. Alright, now since this is the only time we're really going to have a chance to see all of this stuff in one spot, I decided to go ahead and split it up into the 3 meals as I'm gonna eat them. Of course, it's all an individual choice. You can have whatever you want. You can have a bigger breakfast than I'm having. You can split the things up however you feel like. But I decided to go with a light breakfast, a bigger lunch with the chicken yellow curry rice, and a pretty big dinner too with the tuna chili pasta. And I put the Louisiana hot sauce with the tuna chili pasta, but I may actually use that for both of these, for the curry and the pasta. The dinner's a little bit heavy on the bread type materials because I'm having the bread and the peanut butter and the vanilla cake, but I really wanted the vanilla cake for dessert for that one. Otherwise, I think the lunch and the dinner are pretty evenly distributed. And now let's go ahead and take a look at breakfast. Alright, I messed that up pretty good. I actually went ahead and filmed an intro to the breakfast and also mixed up the tropical breakfast with cereal flakes, and then I went ahead and erased it before I had a chance to put it on the computer. That's what happens when you have a memory card with just a little bit of space on it, and also a memory with a little bit of space on it too. Anyway, this is what we're having for breakfast. It's not a very big meal. I know it's not going to be the most exciting thing, that's why we're adding it to the opening video. The lunch and the dinner should be a little bit more interesting. So we're going to have, as I mentioned, the tropical breakfast with cereal flakes. We have the chocolate drinking powder, cereal bar, cookies and cream flavor. And I have a piece of the dental gum, the Hedelma fruit, something like that, the fruit flavor one. Cute little package. One of the 3 instant coffees. And they don't give you any sugar or creamer or whitener, so we're just going to have it black. And of course we have the 3 moist towelettes or disinfectant swabs, so we'll have one of those too. One thing to mention is that this ration did not come with any utensils, so I'm going to go ahead and use a standard MRE spoon. My guess is that the Swedish military is issued a mess kit, which would include utensils. So to get started, the tropical breakfast with cereal flakes. It's basically like an oatmeal type of a meal. Comes in one of these pouches that can open up and be a bowl, and it takes 3 deciliters or 3 deciliters of boiling water, 300 milliliters, or up to the G line in here. I went ahead and did that with some very hot water. It's been sitting around for about 5 minutes, so it's pretty much ready now. The ingredients in this, other than the flakes and sugar, the main thing is you want to know about is the fruit. It has mango, pineapple, and passion fruit, so that should be pretty tasty. I'm not sure what else to mention about this. August 5th, 2017 is the Best By date. And since this has already been opened up, had the water added, mixed and sealed back up, and it's been sitting for about 5 minutes, we'll go ahead and start plating everything. I'm going to start off with our beverages. The instant coffee doesn't have any instructions on here other than best before June 2018. So let's go ahead and put this in a cup and add some water to taste, I guess. Add a ton of coffee. Smells good. Just need to get it to mix up. And the chocolate drinking powder. Add 200 milliliters of hot water. And this is actually manufactured in Germany. Or Orifo, company that seems to be on most of these packages. It smells very chocolatey. It smells like hot cocoa. Our cereal bar. It's very dark. Some Krispies, some like Rice Krispie type things, and obviously the cookies and cream flavoring, which just leaves our tropical breakfast with cereal flakes. And when I put the 300 milliliters of water in there, it was very, very runny. I would have, if I wasn't measuring it out and just doing it to my own personal taste, I probably would have gone with less, but I'm glad I read the instructions and followed them because it thickened up quite nicely. So obviously this is, it does form its own little bowl, which is great for out in the field. You can just eat it right out of here. But since we do have the tray, I might as well go ahead and use it. I'll put at least some of this in here, so we can get a better look at it and try it out. Alright, there's still more in the package. I think that's enough to get us started though. And that looks and smells good. So you can see the fruits in there. Not sure what is what, but we do have the mango, pineapple, and passion fruit. You can see the oats in there. Oats, wheat, and rye. So while this is an admittedly small breakfast, the entree, as it were, is pretty big. 139 grams. And it's pretty tasty too. I taste the pineapple. And the fruit's definitely in there. Pineapple seems to come to the front. It's seems like it all reconstituted well. So it's slight crunch. I'm guessing it's on the freeze-dried fruit. It's nothing that would bother you though. Makes for a nice hearty breakfast. That's how the coffee is. Black. Seems to be fine. And standard instant coffee. I definitely would not have a problem having it sweetened up a little bit. Try the cookies and cream cereal bar. Very dark. And it's tasty. It's got a nice crunch to it. Very chocolatey. I don't exactly taste the cream, but there is something in there in addition to the chocolate, which I guess is what makes it cookies and cream. It's very good. I was originally planning on having the wheat bread with the peanut butter with this, and that probably would have been a good choice too, but I held that off for dinner. Try the chocolate drink. And that's fine. It's good. Good hot cocoa. Add a little bit less water if you want a little bit more chocolatey. I suppose that'd be fine. All in all, it's a good breakfast. Obviously, like I said, you could have whatever you want in addition. If you want to have a heartier breakfast to start your day. This isn't overly sweet, which is nice. The cereal bar is pretty sweet, and obviously the chocolate drink. But the oatmeal, or tropical breakfast with cereal flakes, has the sweetness from the fruit, but that's about it. It's not a terribly sweet thing. And that just leaves us with the moist towelette. And our dental gum. It does smell more like a disinfection swab, a first aid kit kind of variety. More of an alcohol smell than that sort of lemony smell that a moist towelette usually has. But now we'll have the dental gum just to finish it off. I got 2 pieces in here. That's good. It's fruity, but not overly sweet. Nice way to finish it off. So that was the Swedish 24-hour ration, part 1, the first look and breakfast. Stay tuned for lunch and dinner. Thank you for watching.